Hello again, Bill Jones with recapturefederalism.com. Recapturefederalism.com on the net, on YouTube channel. Nobody sees it. I'm being suppressed, which is a violation of my constitutional rights, both in the state of Illinois and federally, by the way. That's treason. Treason. Hindering the enforcement of the Constitution is treason. But I digress. The title of the program today is President Trump, Part 6, Notice of Treason. Comey notified, Comey notified 1/25/2016. He was notified, okay? And we're going to get into that. First of all, take my oath. I always take my oath. And I always follow my oath. Unlike public politicians, lawyers, all these people violating their oath. The only one sticking by their oaths are veterans, military, police, veterans. Because once you take that oath, you abide by it. And I, William R. Jones, do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, so help me God. I first took that oath in July 1965 when I joined the United States Navy. The enemy then was communism, as the enemy is now communism. Foreign and domestic. Enemies, all enemies, a lot of foreign and domestic enemies, both. Foreign and domestic. And a lot of them have to do with the Democratic Party. But I digress again. I do a lot of digressing. What was the primary, a lot of goals, was a primary goal of my filing treason. Because I, and along with all the citizens of this country, all the Jews and all the Christians, are being persecuted by the two political party supremacy system. Two political parties are suppressing, enslaving the people. 91 pages, all has to do with religious persecution. I'm not going to go through all 91. Show you on the web where you can see it. But Mr. Comey, we gave it to him too. My hope is built on nothing less than Jesus' blood and righteousness. I dare not trust the sweetest frame, but wholly trust in Jesus' name. On the Christ, the solid rock I stand, all of the ground is sinking sand. All other ground is sinking sand. And what we have, we started out in this country with a beautiful system. The founders set up a government by the authority of God. By authority of God. And it didn't take too long for some jackasses, namely John Adams, to come along, and others, but he was the first one that was a party member. He was a vice president under George Washington. He was a party member. George Washington didn't believe in parties. He never said why he believed in didn't believe in party. I shouldn't say that. He did say why, but he didn't attribute it to putting the party ahead of God, which I think is what he really meant when he talked about the parties in the George Washington farewell address, which I'm not going to get into today. But John Adams was party. He was inaugurated May 4th, 1797. Nobody assigned treason to him. The papers, the news, press at the time, that's all the media was press. They were fake news then too. Fake news for 200 and whatever years, number of years. Fake news. Fake news. Got treason going on and nobody enforcing the treason law. Okay? No one enforcing the treason law. And I attribute this stuff to communism, totalism, socialism, progressives. Republican Party is a Democratic Party, become a Democratic Party over the years. The Democratic Party has been a Democratic Party for a long, long time. And in fact, they've been talking about democracy. We are not a democracy. We are a compound republic. But I've got to read from page 26 of the Communist Manifesto. Communism, but a communism abolishes eternal truth and abolishes all religion and all morality. They're immoral sons of bitches. That's what the two-party supremacy system is an immoral system, following the 7 evil sins, the 7 deadly sins. Murder, violence, hatred, gluttony, all that kind of stuff, pride. And that's what parties are. They're prideful. And finally, and they say, these are their words, finally they labor everywhere for the union and the agreement of the democratic parties of all countries. The union and the democratic parties work together. The communists disdain to conceal their views and aims. They openly declare their ends can be attained only by the forcible overthrow of all existing social conditions. Let the ruling classes tremble at the communistic revolution. The proletarians have nothing to lose but their chains. They have a world to win. Working men of all countries unite. Now these commie jackasses, they're vicious. They're terrorists. They make the ruling classes tremble. That's we the people. We the people tremble. Right now I'm going to tell you, I ain't trembling. I was in the Navy. I trained not to tremble. Sailors don't tremble. Marines don't tremble. Soldiers don't tremble. Airmen don't tremble. Coast Guardsmen don't tremble. Police and fire don't tremble. Because they're trained not to tremble. Not to be intimidated by anything. Okay? Because we took an oath knowing that we might die for God and country. God and country. Okay? Ruling classes tremble at the communistic revolution. That's a violation of the law. I'm going to switch over to this is on my page. You see up here, notice of treason, 18 U.S.C. Chapter 115, treason, sedition, subversion. And that's this is what I sent out. I sent a package like that to John Roberts. That's John Roberts there. But I haven't heard from any of these people from January. James Comey, he's busy all year. But they aren't enforcing the law. These people aren't enforcing the law. All your congressmen and your legislators, and they're not enforcing the law. We have become a nation of unenforceable laws. You see Bruce Rauner, and Randy B. Garman, and Leo Smits, they're Illinois officials. January 25th to January 1st of 2017, about 700 people killed in that period of time. They didn't take any action. They still haven't taken any action. You got people getting killed because the communist, Rahm Emanuel Democratic Party, they're just violating the law, unenforcing the law. The law, all the laws. Now, I stopped there and turned to the laws, the codification, 18 U.S.C. Chapter 115, treason, sedition, and subversive activities. 2381 is treason. That's shall suffer death. Shall suffer death. And if people ought to suffer death for 700 people being killed in Chicago. 700 people get killed in Chicago. 700 people killed in Chicago because they aren't enforcing the laws. And that includes the governor, the mayor. The mayor is not enforcing the law. And the governor not enforcing the law. And the FBI is not enforcing the law. And the Attorney General and Loretta Lynch, the commie bitch, didn't enforce the law. The President of the United States didn't ensure domestic tranquility. No, he didn't. And John Roberts, he ought to be getting rid of some of them Democratic judges. Hell, he might as well get rid of everybody, including himself, because they're not following the law. Lousy decisions, making we the people tremble. Oh, yeah. Now, 2383 is rebellion and insurrection. And then women dancing out the streets in the inaugural protesters. Protesters is not guaranteed in the Constitution. No, it's not. It's freedom of speech. Peaceful assembly. Protesting is violence and is not peaceful assembly. Then there's seditious conspiracy. If two or more persons in any state or territory or in any place subject to the jurisdiction of the United States conspire to overthrow, put down, and destroy by force the government of the United States, or to levy war against them, or to oppose by force the authority thereof, or by force, this is the good part right here, or by force prevent, hinder, or delay execution of any law of the United States, or by force seize, take, possess any property of the United States contrary to the authority thereof, they shall each be fined under the title and imprisoned not more than 20 years. Okay? Hinder, or by force to prevent, hinder, or delay the execution of any law. Freedom of speech, freedom of press, the Lion Press. They have freedom of press to tell the truth, not to lie. And freedom of religion. Freedom of religion. And what are they doing? They're violating the religious persecution by commanding Christians to sin. That's in the 91 pages I sent. Now you're going to keep Mr. Comey, Mr. President. You're going to keep Mr. Comey. Why don't you tell him to give me a call and we'll talk this over and he can investigate what I'm saying. And while waiting for Mr. Sessions, Attorney General Mr. Jeff Sessions, whenever he gets approved by their delaying, there's some more delaying. That's some more seditious conspiracy right there in delaying confirmation. But that's what the commies do, part of their enslavement. Get Mr. Comey, give me a call, come and see me, bring a couple of agents, we'll talk to them, probably a day or 2 or 3, however days it takes to talk. We can talk. Because there's a lot of commies going on. A lot of commies. And maybe you give a call to Bruce Run or start to have him do his damn job. Rita B. Garman, Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, State of Illinois. I don't know whether she's still a justice, as far as I know. Leo Smith, Director of the Illinois State Police. Enforce the law. Enforce the law. Call out the militia, Article 12 of the Illinois Constitution. Call out the Illinois militia. Enforce the law. Enforce the law. Paul Ryan and Mitch McConnell. What a bunch of jackasses. Jackasses. How many people been killed in Chicago while they've been in office? Huh? How many? Open border. That's right there out of the Communist Manifesto. How many years open border? Hindering and delaying the execution of the law. Minimum wage. Page 25 of the Communist Manifesto. Come on. Get with it. Straighten this place out there. That's why we elected you there, Mr. Trump, Mr. President. That's why we elected you. Oh, it's going to be happy days. Oh, it's going to be happy days. You're busy and everything else, but have your boys do this. Have Mr. Comey give us a call. Delegate the authority. If not, get rid of his ass, get somebody else in there. And with that, I'm going to be gone. Till the next time. Bye.